Bonjour, everyone. Hi, this is Neshi Lokotz. Welcome to Communications from Home, right here on Star Nation's organization's main fan page on Facebook. Yep, this is a live stream show, and it's Tuesday night, September 25th. Can you believe that? This whole month has just flown by, and I know that we're all busy, and so many people have actually commented to me that when the 15th had rolled around, they said it was like, they thought it was like September 1st, and all of a sudden it's the 15th. And now here we're sitting on the 25th. Yeah, and a full moon too. I don't know. We're pretty cloudy here in Tomah, Wisconsin, where I am broadcasting from, and that is from the Star Nations Academy, where I'm at. And it's been rainy all day. Rainy. We were supposed to have thunderstorms, but that didn't happen. So it's been kind of a light rain most of the day, and so it's been kind of dark. It would have been the perfect day to bake, to take a nap, to read a book. I didn't do any of those things, but it was one of those quieter moments, when before I got George and before Mom moved in. But having that sound on the roof, it's so soothing, isn't it? I love it. I do. And so this is Communications from Home, and I'm your host. I'm going to hide that. I'm your host, Neshi Lokotz. And tonight, what I do, I try to do every the last Tuesday of every month is to have to lead a meditation, a guided meditation. And I learned this meditation years ago when I started studying the Merkaba. And then as time rolled forward in 2013, let's see, 2010, 2012, yep, 2013. I was down in Arizona and studying with Drenvelo Melchizedek, and there was this a difference in the unity breath meditation, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight. And so, if you could do me a favor, could you do me a favor and like and share the broadcast, share the show? Yeah. We know one thing for sure about Facebook, and Facebook logarithms just loves it when we share and we like live videos. It's like feeding the machine or feeding the cookie monster, Facebook, I call it the elusive creature, because just when we get to understand it, it changes, it morphs into something a little bit different. And for right now, we know for sure that when we like and we share the broadcasts, they end up in the news feed more often. And so those souls who are searching for spiritual information, it's easier for them to find us. So I would appreciate it if you could do that for us. And I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'm liking and I'm going to share it onto my timeline. And I'm just going to say hi, friends. Oops. Friends, I'm live streaming my show right now. And then please join. In the live chat. Here. I love those quick keys. I love those. And I'm also going to share it to the closed group for Star Nations organizations community, and that is at the Star Nations Radio Network. And I'm just going to send them a message to let them know that I am live streaming. And I'm just going to say I'm live streaming. Right. Oops. See, that's what happens when I go too fast. Streaming right now. There we go. There. That's done. Excellent. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. The meditation that we're doing tonight is very ancient. Indigenous people from all over the world recognize this meditation, even though they may call it something else. It is something that they recognize. And whenever I say this to a group of students, or so, even tonight, right, is that we're all indigenous to some continent, that our ancestors may not have started out here at Turtle Island in the United States, North America. They may have come from a different continent here. Doesn't matter. You have their DNA in your blood and in your bones. And so there's certain things that we recognize, and then we start to remember the connection, right? And so this particular, we call it a meditation, but for the ancient ones, our ancestors, it was just a way of being. And that way of being is to know and recognize and love the connection between yourself, Grandmother Earth, and Grandfather Sky. And it takes our vibration where we're at right now, whether you've had a good day or not, whether or not you're vibrating at your optimum. It takes our vibration and elevates the frequency to the frequency of love. And we now know that this frequency of love is the key to living your life from your heart, and the key to ascension. So this meditation goes way, way back. And some people, when they first do the meditation, it's like a remembrance. Okay. And those who have been doing the meditation for quite some time now, it's a yearning. It's, it feels so good, right? It feels so good. Hey, Connie. Connie's in the chat room watching and shared. Thank you so much. Connie is one of our live stream hosts here at Star Nations Radio Network live stream shows. Her show is on tomorrow morning at 10:30 Eastern Time, a.m. The Spiritual Mysteries of Life. So you can join us for her show. That would be great too, because you know what? I get front seat. I produce her show, and there's always an aha moment or an insight. And I literally have a notebook and a pen sitting next to me so that I can jot down the note to myself about what that aha moment was. So if you join us in the morning, that would be great. Yeah. So tonight, the meditation, I would like to share a bit about the meditation with you so that you're prepared when we go into the meditation. Okay. And I'm just looking at my camera. I'm using my laptop camera tonight. Usually I'm using my Logitech external camera, but for some reason tonight, my laptop just was not reading my my external camera. Don't know why. Could be the stars, the moon, the sun. Don't know. So so if the picture looks just a little bit different, that's why. Okay. All right. So the meditation, like I said, is very old, very, very ancient. And it connects us to Grandmother Earth and Grandfather Sky. And we create what's called a Holy Trinity. It's a triangle here on Earth, right? Grandfather Sky at the top, and Grandmother Earth and us, their divine child, at the bottom of that triangle. And the Holy Trinity right here. There is, yes, thank you, Connie. Her show is this Thursday at 10:30 Eastern. Yes, Spiritual Mysteries of Life. She just put that in the chat. There we go. There's Connie. Thank you for putting that comment in there, Connie. I appreciate it. Yeah. All right. So just a little bit about the meditation before we actually start, because it's good to know some of the pieces that I'm going to be mentioning to you, so it's not a surprise, right? And so that way you can just relax into the guidance. Here's a really good picture of Grandmother Earth here. Oops. Darn. I don't know what that was. Yeah. Okay. So here is a picture of Grandmother Earth. And what you see here is universal energy flowing through her. There is that darker shade that's running right straight through her, right? That is her pranic tube, her crystalline tube. And the universal energy is flowing down through the top and up through the bottom. It's a constant flow. And the universal energy is made up of the vibration of love. The vibration of love. Well, hello, Holly Hagen's just joined us. Thank you for being here with us in the chat. She says hi. It's good to see you in the chat. So, Grandmother Earth, our bodies replicate hers, okay? Because she is our mother. Our physical body was made from her elements here on Earth. Our physical body. So our body replicates hers. In other words, she breathes through the trees. We breathe through our lungs, right? Her swamps are the cleansing parts of her. And our kidneys and our liver do that for us. And so that's just an example of how our bodies replicate hers. And in order for us to even be with her, we have to resonate in the same resonance as she. Okay. So we know that Grandmother Earth is currently in the fourth dimension. And so for us to even be here with her, we're in the fourth dimension with her. Now, the thing is that we're learning how, or remembering how to hold that frequency. And so Carl Franklin explained it to us a couple months ago that we're sliding back and forth between the third and fourth dimension. There are some who are still residing in the third dimension. There are many who are residing in the fourth dimension and kind of moving back and forth between the third and the fourth. Okay. And then there's many of us who are residing in the fourth. And there's some of us who are sliding back and forth between the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension. Because Grandmother Earth is already making her way toward the fifth. She's spending more and more time in the fifth than in the fourth. And it's this meditation, this guided meditation, that helps us to hold that higher frequency of the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension. And it's actually, the meditation helps us to remember what it feels like to be at the frequency of love, and how it's kind of like a muscle, is that we're exercising that muscle so that we can hold that vibrational field for longer and longer periods of time, right? And so Grandmother Earth is leading the way. She's leading the way. And here is a really good image of our crystalline tube, the two-legged crystalline tube. It's also known as the pranic tube. This tube runs right straight through the center of us. Runs right straight through our chakra system, and the universal energy is constantly flowing. It's a gentle flow down through the bottom, down through the top and up through the bottom. Yeah, this is a good image that shows that. And also, it helps us to remember that we're all connected, that we're all breathing the same air, that we're all breathing in the same universal energy. And like I said, the universal energy has the frequency of love. And so literally love is flowing through us constantly and surrounding us. It's up to us to remember what it feels like and to hold on to it. Well, hello, Crystal. You're here. Good to see you in the chat. Love it when you guys are here with me. Thank you so much. And so we're immersed and then surrounded in love. Now, Why do we have to even change our frequency then? That's because we spend a lot of our time in lower frequencies, whether we realize it or not. Whether what kind of music we're listening to, what's on the television, who we hang out with most often, those kinds of things, right? And this morning's live stream, we talked about removing negative thoughts and emotions from our bodies. And this particular meditation actually helps us to do that. Yeah, it does. Hey, hello, Jacqueline. I'm so glad you're here. Glad you joined us. Just explaining about the meditation and the bits and pieces of it, so it makes some sense once we're in the meditation. Okay, and so what I'm explaining here is about the crystalline tube, the pranic tube, where universal energy is constantly flowing through us, down through the top and up through the bottom. And your crystalline tube, in the old days, we would tell you that the measurement of the crystalline tube is the circumference of your wrist, right? So if you can move your fingers around your wrist, it would be like this big, right? But we also know that we live in a different energy field than when the teachings of the Merkaba first came through Drunvalo, which was in the 70s. And so we know that the crystalline tube has increased in size. And so we're taking in even more universal energy. And so we have this constant flow, the constant flow. Here's another good picture of it. So for those people who study the chakra system, you might recognize it as the Hara line. The Hara line runs right straight through us. It's the same thing, pranic tube, crystalline tube. It's the same thing, just different vocabulary, right? If you notice, at the very top, just above her head, there's another dot. And just below her feet, there's a dot, right? Those are chakras. Depending on what school you learn your chakras from, the one that through Awakening Illuminated Heart, we call the one at the top the return chakra, and the other one down near the feet is the earth chakra, okay, because it's below our feet. Your crystalline tube, actually, the tip of it ends at the top at that particular dot and under below your feet. It's about a hand's length, So let's see if I can do this like that. So change the camera angle here. There we go. So the tip of my pranic tube is right here, okay? During the meditation, you want to intend that your pranic tube, the tip ends at the tip of your finger, okay? Both above and below, above your head and below your feet. Yeah, there you go. We can extend our tube, but that's a whole different show. That's a whole different class. And so for this one, you want to make sure that the tip of your tube is right here. Okay. All right. And the next, this shows the fields around our heart, our physical heart, and also our spiritual heart. It's called a toric field. It kind of, if you look down from the top, it would kind of look like a donut. The smaller donut, or the smaller field near the body, that is generated by what's called the tiny space of your heart. It's the holiest place. It's the holiest place on earth. Okay. And the larger field is generated by what's called the sacred space of your heart. And in the spiritual part of your heart is where all our memories are at. Okay. from all of our lifetimes, whether you believe in past lives or if you're calling them parallel lives. It's the accumulation of all of what our soul has experienced. It's all our wisdom is there. And we can actually go and visit, and you can start to remember those aspects of yourself more often that you visit. Right? You visit your heart. And so if you notice that the pranic tube is going to be running right straight through you and through those fields around your heart. Heart math out of Stanford, California, Berkeley, they call it coherence. Coherence. Oh, all right. So in the meditation, I'm going to be asking you to bring images to you. Okay, images of Grandmother Earth and Grandfather Sky. All right. Those images can be of nature. They can be a place that you've been before, like a park or your backyard. It could be on one of the journeys that you took, vacations that you took. It could be beachside. It could be mountains. It's some place in nature that you just love because it's so beautiful there, right? So you're bringing those images to you. When we're talking about Grandmother Earth, any of the landscapes, any of the things found here on Earth, you can bring to you, those things that you love, including children, including pets, because we're all a part of nature. We're all a part of Grandmother Earth. And so to bring that love of Grandmother to you, you can bring a child to you, a child who you just dearly love. It could be a grandchild. It could be one of your own children. It could be a niece or a nephew. And when you have them with you is to really remember what it's like to hold them, to love them, right? Sometimes what I would do is I'd remember how one of my nieces would put her little hands on my face and say, "Auntie, I love you," and then give me a kiss. Yeah, those kinds of things. If you have a pet that you just love, like I just love George, you can bring their image, their essence to you and literally have them in your lap or with you. And so that you can feel their fur, right? The softness of their ears. You can feel the beating of their heart when they're sitting with you. Yeah. So it's okay to use your imagination to do that. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. It's more important that you feel the feelings about it, the emotion. That's important. And we're doing the same thing for Grandfather Sky. You're going to be bringing images that you just love about the sky, like stars and the moon and the sun, clouds, anything that's up in the sky. Images that you just love, you'll be bringing to you. Okay. And at another point, I'm going to be asking you to bring to you images of either a sunrise or a sunset. Either one is fine. More important is your feelings about it. Okay. How much you love it. Yeah. Oops. We're going to talk about that later. All right. Like for any meditation, guided meditation, you'll want to be comfortable. Okay. So as long as you can hear my voice, I'm not going to be showing any other pictures or anything while we're in the meditation. So if you can lay on the floor if you'd like, as long as you can hear my voice, that's all that matters. As long as you're comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair, you'll want your back, your spine as straight as possible. So you may have to put some pillows behind your back. And also that your feet are both on the floor, uncrossed. Okay. Uncrossed. So we'll give you just a couple of seconds here if you need to go get pillows or, something to put behind you, you can do that. And if you're in the chair, You want to make sure that your extremities are uncrossed. Your legs aren't crossed, your arms aren't crossed. Some people like to have their hands in their lap with their palms up. They tell me that that is a very comfortable position to be in. If you're on the floor, sitting on the floor, not lying, but sitting, you can have your legs crossed in a way that, like, one leg is on top of the other. Okay. You don't want to sit with your legs crossed unless you're in lotus position. And if you're in lotus position, make sure that you're comfortable. Okay. If you're in lotus. What else? Some people find it comfortable to remove watches and glasses. Okay. Some people remove their rings, but it's not necessary. And the other thing about guided meditation, it's okay if you can get there on your own and you don't need my guiding. Okay. So if you have your own, because like I have people who've studied with me and we do this meditation all the time. And so it's very easy for them to get to that place of the images because they use their own images, not the images that I'm suggesting. Okay. So you can use your own images. It's fine. What's most important is that you feel the feelings of love, of what you love about that image. Okay. Gotta take a drink. So, so get comfortable as you can anyway. And you're going to close your eyes and we're just going to do a little relaxation first before we get actually into the unity breath, okay? Because it's just helpful to be able to relax your muscles so that when you do your imagining of the imagery, it's easier. It's easier for you. All right, so get comfortable, get comfy. Feet on the floor if you're on a chair, spine straight. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is ask you to take a deep breath in just a second. All right. And on this deep breath, what I'd like you to do is really fill up your lungs from the bottom to the top. Okay. And then we're going to hold it just for a second. And then you're going to blow it out. All right. So here we go. Big deep breath in, really filling up your lungs. Big deep breath in. And at the top of that inhalation, just hold it just for a second and then blow it out. Okay, good. And I'm going to do the same thing. So here we go. And just blow it out. There. Now just breathing easy and naturally now. And if you need to do a little readjustment in your seating, or if you're lying down, you can do that now. And we're going to take that big deep breath in again, okay? Really filling up your lungs. So big deep breath in. Holding it just for a second at the top, and then blowing it out on the exhale. Good. Even with that, we can kind of feel our muscles relax a bit. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you could please turn your attention to your feet, just noticing how your feet feel. Just noticing them. And now noticing your calf muscles. Notice how those muscles feel. noticing your knees. And now turning your attention to your thighs, noticing how your muscles feel. Just noticing. And now notice your hips. Notice how they feel. Good. Now taking a deep breath in, and on the exhale, you can feel your feet relax. Feeling your calf muscles and your knees relax. Breathing easy and naturally. You can feel your thigh muscles relaxing. And feeling your hips relax. Just noticing how they feel relaxed. Turning your attention to your stomach muscles, noticing how they feel. Noticing your diaphragm. And the muscles across your chest. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your chest muscles relaxing. Relaxing. And breathing easy and naturally. Just noticing how your muscles in your legs, in your stomach, and across your chest are relaxing. Noticing your small back. Just noticing how it feels. Noticing your mid-back. And your shoulder blades. Just noticing how they feel. And the tops of your shoulders. It's good. Just noticing. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your muscles in your back relaxing. Letting go. Feeling your shoulders drop just slightly. Now turn your attention to your fingers and to your hands, just noticing how they feel. Notice your forearms and elbows. Noticing your upper arms and your shoulder joints. Noticing how they feel. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And on the exhale, you can feel your arms relaxing, your hands relaxing. Feeling your upper arms and shoulders relaxing. Noticing how your neck feels. Noticing your jaw. And the muscles around your eyes. Noticing your forehead. And noticing your ears. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your neck relaxing. And your jaw relaxed. The muscles around your eye and your forehead relaxing. Breathing easy and naturally. Noticing how good it feels to feel relaxed. And that with every breath that you take, and with every sound that you hear, you just become more and more relaxed. More and more relaxed. In your imagination, imagine being surrounded by a white light. This white light is all around you. Notice what it feels like to be bathed in the Creator's protection. And in a moment, I'll be asking you to take another deep breath. And on this deep breath, what I'd like you to do is to really fill up your lungs. And at the top of that breath, to hold it just for a second. And on the exhale, imagine seeing a white mist coming from your mouth. Okay? So here we go. Nice, big, deep breath in, really filling up your lungs. And at the top of that breath, just holding it for a second. And on the exhale, imagine seeing a white mist coming from your mouth. There. Good. That's good. Let's do that one more time, okay? Big, deep breath in, really filling up your lungs. And at the top of that breath, just holding it for a second. And as you exhale, imagine seeing a white mist coming from your mouth. Good. Good. In your imagination, imagine bringing to you all those images that you just love and appreciate about Grandmother Earth, Gaia, Mother Earth. Bringing to you those images that you just love for their beauty, those peaceful places, those places in nature that you're just in awe of. A special place to you, a place that you just dearly love. Notice what it looks like here, what the ground looks like, the trees, if it has trees, the sounds of maybe a river or ocean, water. Noticing how it smells there, the aroma of Grandmother Earth, her loneliness, the smell of pine, or the wildflowers. A special place in nature that you just love so much. Notice how you feel about this place. Gathering all of your love that you have for Grandmother Earth, for Gaia. Gathering all of that love and placing it into a beautiful crystal. And with your intention, sending this gift of love down to Grandmother Earth's core, to her heart. Your gift of love. And saying quietly to yourself, I love you. Gaia, I love you. Mother Earth, I love you. Grandmother Earth, I love you. Kokmiski Khan, I love you. Onchimaka, I love you. Sensing, feeling, seeing Grandmother Earth's love coming to you, surrounding you, and filling you up with her love. Notice how it feels. Notice where you feel it in your physical body, her love for you. That's good. Now turning your attention to a night sky. And in your imagination, imagine bringing all of those images that you just love and appreciate about Grandfather Sky. The stars, the Milky Way, the moon, in all her fullness, the warmth of the sun, big white puffy clouds as they float by. What you love about Grandfather Sky. Noticing your emotions, your love for Grandfather. Gathering all of your love that you have for Grandfather Sky and placing your love in a beautiful crystal. And with your intention, sending your gift of love up to the sun. And quietly to yourself sing, Grandfather, Grandfather Sky, I love you. Gamisho Mase Nan, I love you. Wankantanka, I love you. Sensing, feeling, seeing Grandfather Sky's love coming to you, surrounding you, and filling you up with his love. And noticing where you feel his love for you in your physical body. It's good. Very good. In your imagination, imagine a sunrise or a sunset. Noticing the colors of the sky, of the ground, of the water. It's so beautiful. So beautiful how Grandmother Earth shows us how much she loves Grandfather Sky. And Grandfather Sky showing us how much He loves Grandmother Earth. In those beautiful moments of a sunrise or a sunset, it's so beautiful. The Divine Mother, the Divine Father, and you, their divine child, creating a holy trinity right here on earth in the frequency of love. Noticing where you feel the love of the Holy Trinity right within you, your frequency of love. Bathing you in their love. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, coming back to your living room, to your home, back to our live stream video show, Communications from Home. Coming back, stretching, wiggling your fingers, your toes. Coming back to the present moment. And when this feels complete for you, you can open your eyes. And if you wouldn't mind letting me know in the live chat that you're back, that would be appreciated. Because if you're not feeling like you're quite back, we can help you with that. You can clap your hands, tap your body, stomp your feet a little bit, stand up. Yeah. Oh, and Diana Manley, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here with us. Your very first time for the Unity Breath guided meditation. I'm glad you're here with us. And Kat, you're here. Yay. So good to see you in the chat. And she says that she's back. Yay. Crystal's back. Absolutely. Back in your physical body, back in the present moment. And if you noticed, in this particular kind of guided meditation, we actually leave you in that feeling of love at the sunrise or sunset, right? Right. Hey, Holly's back. Good. I'm glad. All right. And the reason why we do that is because the more often that we are in that frequency of love, we remember how to hold that frequency for longer and longer periods of time. And hey, Anne. Hi, Anne. And you're back. Good. Excellent. And so this evening, as you enjoy the rest of your evening, you just notice when you can feel that frequency, that love starting to fade a bit, right? And that's okay. That's all right. It's just that this is recorded. And we do this once a month. So there's a few recordings out there on our main fan page, our main page for Star Nations, and also at our YouTube channel, Star Nations organization YouTube channel. And so you can download it. You can watch it again. You can listen to it again to get into that frequency of love. The more often you do it, the more you remember how to hold that frequency. And you hold it for longer and longer periods of time. Yeah, and I practice. I do. I use it almost every day. When I first started, I used to practice the imagery. Whether I was standing at the grocery store waiting to check out, or at the post office, or waiting for the tea to boil for a cup of tea, I would bring those images that I love about grandmother earth or grandfather sky and bring those to me. And I would practice with those, really connecting to them, feeling the feelings about them. And it's okay. This is one meditation where it's okay to go from one image to another, right? As long as you're feeling the feelings about it. Let's say I have one, it's Parfreeze Glen near Baraboo, Wisconsin. I start out there usually because it's one of my favorite places. And I remember what the rocks look like, what the water sounds like, what it feels walking through there, and really there, right? And then I bring another image to me, and usually it's this time of year, autumn colors, hillsides of maple trees in all kinds of colors, right? And so I feel the feelings, how much I love that. And then I let that image go, and then I bring maybe my dog to me, Ginger usually, and now George. I bring them to me, or one of my nieces to me, and feel the feelings about that. So you can practice bringing those images to you. So when you get into the meditation, it becomes like breathing, to be in love with that image, right? Yeah. So just notice this evening, as you go about your evening, how long you hold on to that loving feeling, right? Right. Thank you for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. I love doing this meditation with you guys. I want to show you one last thing here. I want to remind everybody that the September issue of Star Nations magazine is available digital for your iPhone and for your Androids, for those mobile devices, the phones and the tablets. But it's also available in print on demand, and also in PDF and web viewer through our partners at MagCloud. And so if you like to hold them in your hands, I actually had it with me, but my mom has it now because she's reading it. And then after her, my mother-in-law will read it. So I don't have my print copy with me. Our moms have them. And so, so it's available to you. It's this cover is gorgeous. And I know I'm partial, but one of our longtime friends, Marjorie Morrison, from Lowell, Michigan, she is the photographer, and I saw this picture and contacted her and asked her if we could use it for our cover. And I love it. I really do. Talk about loving nature, right? That's it. So, if you haven't read our magazine yet, I encourage you, of course, to do so. You do get, and if you have an iPhone or an Android phone or tablet, you do get a trial offer that comes with it. So you can check it out and see how much you like it. If you want to get a print copy, of course, it's there's a cost to that. So, just as a reminder, Wednesday night, is Polly Jo LeBay's show. It's not really a show. It's actually an hour and a half of healing and divine messages. If you are an energy worker and you haven't taken time to do your own self-care, Wednesday nights is a really good time to do that. You work with your own spiritual team. You set your own intention of whatever it is that you want to work on, heal, remove. What Polly Jo does is she creates the sacred space for us to do that work in, and works with our individual teams in releasing, removing, healing, whatever it is that we're working on. And so she holds the sacred space for that and helps us to do that releasing, healing. And then once the healing meditation is done, Then she does a card draw, individual cards for each person who would like one, and does I would call it a mini reading. Yeah, a mini reading. So you can join her tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern for Soul Connections, and that live stream show actually happens on her Facebook page called Chakra Sessions. That's Polly Jolabay. Thursday is Elder Day here at Star Nations. Our elders here who have live stream shows are on Thursday. Connie Shervater, Constance, we call her Connie. Her show is on at 10:30 Eastern Time, Spiritual Mysteries of Life. And it's always a good one because what I like to do is have a paper and pencil with me because I get to produce. I get the front seat in the front row. And so her show is on at 9:30 Central Time, 10:30 Eastern Time. And then that evening, Thursday evening, is the Mystery School with Ortrun and Carl Franklin and myself. And this month we're talking about healing, the different aspects of healing. Ortrun is going to be chatting and sharing with us about individual healing. I'm going to be sharing some things about emotional healing. And Carl is going to be sharing about planetary healing. So it's going to be a good show, right? So you can join us at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Mystery School. Hope you're there. See you in the chat room, right? So enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for being with me tonight on Communications from Home. And we'll see you next month for this particular Unity Breath Meditation. That's the last Tuesday of every month, right? Next week, October already. Oh my goodness. I think it's the 2nd, October 2nd, is the Communications from Home. And right in this moment, I'm not sure what that show is going to be about. I haven't checked in with my spiritual team. You're welcome. You're welcome, Mary Ellen. She's saying thank you. And Crystal is saying thank you. You're very welcome. And so we'll see you next week for Communications from Home. Bama Mina, until we see each other again. Love you guys.